Thanks for taking some time out for us, Sean. Welcome.
Hey, man, good morning and great to be talking to you at Woodstock. Love Woodstock. What a town.
So you're on a bit of a tour right now, soon to be here at Theatre Woodstock. Have you played many shows at Theatre Woodstock before?
This will be my third show, I believe. Definitely third, maybe four. But I feel like it's family there to me now. I'm so used to working with Lori and the good people at Theatre Woodstock. The Market Theatre is a beautiful venue. And I've staked my solo career in smaller theaters that are around that size, around 250, 300 people, that sound good and have good people working with them. I love the impact that music can have on people when we gather face to face in smaller venues. I'm not drawn to bigger like hockey rinks. I don't care if I ever play again. Big festivals, no thank you. But little theaters driven by local people, neighbors and friends. There's nothing better than a song to share with your neighbors and friends. And that's what these communities are for. These buildings are for.
Yeah, there's something about that intimate setting that really you can almost connect with the performer and the audience. Is that how you feel in the smaller venues?
Yeah, and I've been around a while. 35 years now, and there's a large catalog of songs that I can draw from, and a lot of people will know the words. And I can't afford a band anymore. Certainly in the age of streaming, the songs have become valued at zero. So financially, there's not that passive income to support paying for sandwiches for bass players. So I show up alone with Old Brown, my guitar, and my boron. And but every night there's a band because they're sitting right in front of me. And all I need to do is make sure they know the chorus of the next song. And there's lots of those. I've tended to write mostly anthems, luckily for me. So people, it turns into a great big sing-along every night. And we raise the roof and we raise hearts and minds as well. And it's a great break from what I consider to be the grind of our daily digital experience. There's certainly music you can share online and all those things. And through the pandemic, we did all that, but it doesn't replace this personal interaction with friends and neighbors in a room, face to face, singing, so you can hear it not through a screen and a speaker, but ear to ear. That power can only be had face to face and heart to heart.
Yeah. And that Old Brown, is that like, how long has that guitar been going? Is it still the original or?
Oh yeah, that's the first guitar I ever bought. He's got a lot of. He's got as many scars as I do, but he still sounds great to me. He's still, look at that. He's in tune this morning, never even tuned him. He's right there ready to go as if I wish we were in Woodstock right now.
That's awesome. So what can people expect for the show?
I'm always very excited. Like most people, I spend a lot of time behind screens working. I'm writing in my studio here now, making a new record. There'll be new songs in Woodstock. There'll be old songs in Woodstock. There will be Great Big Sea songs in Woodstock. And there will be, everybody singing together in Woodstock. And that's something I've learned to depend on with the good people of Woodstock. But I just want people to take a break from their day. I want people to come out and be lifted. That's my job. And I am always the most excited because, again, I don't get to do this live stuff as much as I want to. If it was up to me, every day would be Woodstock, but that's not the case. So we work hard. I'd encourage everyone to book your tickets, reach out to Theatre Woodstock. They're great people. They know what they're doing. This is going to be a well-produced, well-lit, well-sounding show. It's going to be the best night out you're going to have the fall. There's no better show. I personally guarantee it.
Yeah, I've been to the theater many times, and the crew there is great. What I hear you telling a few stories now. Now that you're in this solo career for many years, have you become more of a storyteller?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really go on stage with a plan as much as in Great Big Sea. We had hits, which was great, but it was a bit of a burden because we had to do the same show over and over again. Because you didn't want to rip people off. But I still have those hits in my pocket. I wrote those, and But my journey since then has been kind of all over the place. You know, I've been sober for 14 years now, lived through a few things. I've made 6 solo records. So I really don't, I try to keep it fresh and of the moment. And I don't really know what I'm going to sing or say until I see the people's faces in front of me every night. And that's made all the difference. That makes every show different because people are different. We're all the same in fundamental levels, and I think that's why we need to come together. In the age of division, for certainly where we live, there's nothing better than song and face-to-face interaction to kind of combat the division we find online every day. But I honestly don't know what I'm going to do in Woodstock, but whatever it is, I won't be happy until people's hearts are lifted before they leave.
Now you said that you would prefer to be on the road a lot. How much time do you spend on the road every year?
The reality is in the modern day, there's not as many venues as there were. There's not as many record labels. There's not as many promoters or agents. So I do everything myself and my wife, Andrea. We seek out like-minded people, like the good people at Theatre Woodstock and Laurie Schultz. And we keep going at the pace that we're able to sustain by doing it all. And you're a journalist, so you'll know in this day and age when we are all content creators, which I hate that term, but that's what we've been diminished into. That's what we've been labeled. We try to remain individuals. We try to do things that we believe matter. And as the opportunity scale shrinks, we seek out our own. So if it was up to me, I'd play every night, but because I love it the most. But the reality is I've had to learn how to do all the things, much like yourself. And that means be the agent, be the promoter, be the label, do all that stuff. And that takes up a lot of time. But the reward is always the show. The show is the reason we do all this.
And what does that look like when you're on the road? Are you just traveling by yourself?
Yep, me and Old Brown riding shotgun. He's ready to go. He's always ready to go. Like, hey, just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's all right. See, he's ready to go now, and it's only like 10:30 in the morning. Let's go. Why do we wait? Woodstock now.
Oh, I love it. So now we're just coming into the fall, but what does summer look like for Séan McCann?
Summer's a lot of sea kayaking for me, a lot of outdoor stuff. I just keep going. I have 2 kids, two cats, 2 dogs. And it's usually when I do a lot of my desk work in the heat of the day to try to make sure there's work in the fall and winter and spring where I like to tour. In the summertime, a lot of people, rightly so in Canada, don't go indoors, they stay out. And I can't fault them. And I love it too. So that's what summer is for me. Mostly paddling on rivers and lakes and the sea when I can get there.
Oh, nice to hear. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at Theatre Woodstock.
Thanks, Shane. Look forward to meeting you face-to-face in person and hearing your voice, because I know you're going to be the best singer.